All praises Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the man of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Brother Boaz coming at you with another live lesson. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, okay? So you can withstand that evil day, okay? And withstand the tribulations that we're about to occur, okay? Not only the present tribulations that you're suffering, but the future tribulations as well. So you have to put on the whole armor of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, so you can withstand that evil day, okay? And make it out with your life, okay? It's a spiritual warfare going on, okay? It's a spiritual battle. And you got to put on the whole armor of the Yahweh and take up this sword, which is the Holy Spirit, which is a Bible, okay? And the understanding of these scriptures, okay? Let's go into it. The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual wickedness, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? So we're not wrestling with the average common Joe Smo, okay? We're wrestling with spiritual wickedness in high places. So-called Illuminati, the Freemasons deal with high-level Satanists, okay? The highest you could go, just demonic Satanists, okay? The verse 13. Wherefore, take on the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Okay, so once you put on this whole armor of Yahweh Shai, you did. Then you got to fight this in this warfare. Okay, you got it's a war. It's a battle. Every day it's a battle. Every day it's a new struggle and a new and some more tribulations. Turn to Timothy. Timothy chapter 1, verse 18. This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecy which went before of thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare. Okay, it's a battle. Okay, it's spirit. You're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay. Okay, one moment. Turn to the book of Timothy, 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 2. That thou endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Mashiach. Okay, over here, verse 3 in an NET version. Take your fair sufferings as a good soldier of Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. Back to the King James. No man wars entangle himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier. Okay, so we pay bills. Okay, we love our families, but we're not engrossed with that. Okay, our main focus and our main battle is our fighting is Yahweh Shai, okay? Fighting spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? That's what this is about. Verse 14, back to the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 14. Stand therefore, having your loins about about with truth and having the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet show with the of the gospel of peace. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith thou is able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, that and the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the spirit, which is the word of power. Okay, so this how we gonna get this devil is with it all starts with these scriptures. Okay, that's how we gonna bring this man down out of power. Okay, every time we crack open this Bible, every time we do our research and studying, it's chipping off bricks off Babylon. Okay, so now if you think about it, he's just a little bit of a kingdom that's just left. Okay, it's the so-called white man's kingdom is a little bit of a kingdom that's just left. Okay, it's desolate. Okay, and it's due to us cracking these scriptures open and giving Yahweh Shai no, or don't give Yahweh no rest. Okay, until He makes Jerusalem a praise in the earth, until He makes Jerusalem a glorious praise. Don't give Him no rest. Okay, until he makes Jerusalem a praise in all the earth. Now let's go back into the NET version. Let's go back to a NET verse 12, chapter 6, verse 12, and the NET version. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers of and against powers and against the world rulers of darkness, against spiritual forces in the heavens. Okay, the heavens here represent rulership, power. Okay, again dealing with hardcore Satanists, the Illuminati, Freemasons. Okay, back over here to the book of Ephesians 6. Let's go to the King James. The book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10, King James. Finally, my beloved, brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might. Put on the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Okay, the schemes. Okay, that wives translates to schemes. Okay, his MOTB, his mark of the beast. Okay, where he's gonna put it out. He's gonna make it as a miracle. He's gonna make it as a miracle, but you can't take it. Because if you take it, just know for surely you will be destroyed. Okay, you will be eating. You will be eating those thermonuclear weapons and being destroyed. Just know that. The book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs of lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of all unrighteousness, and that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For this cause, power sends them a strong delusion, MOTB, a mark of the beast, that they shall believe a lie, that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. Now you come over here to verse 12. And that down over here, if you look at verse 12, the note here is condemned. It's condemned. condemned. Okay, so back over here to the book of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my beloved, finally, my brothers, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor that ye may stand against the wiles of the devil. Verse 13. Wherefore take up your whole armor of power, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having the breastplate of righteousness. Your feet show with the preparation that comes with the peace. Above all, taking up the shield of faith, wherewith you'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of power. Okay, so that's it. That's how we're gonna win. Okay, that's how we're gonna get a victory, a W on this one. Okay, by the words of these Yahweh's testimony. Okay, one moment. The book of Revelations. The book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death. Okay, so by the blood of the Lamb, okay, and the word of our testimony, that's how we're gonna make it out with our life, okay, and destroy this wicked kingdom here in America. Okay, now let's come back over here to the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. Let's read it from the NET version. Finally, be strengthened in Yahweh and strengthened of his power. Clothe yourselves with the full armor of Yahweh, so you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil. Okay, so you be able to withstand it. So okay, so come back over here to the book of Revelations. You gotta have yourself your garment. Okay, what's the garment? What's the garment? Okay, it's these scriptures, the right doctrine. The book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 18. I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that thou shame of thy wickedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve that thou may see. Okay, the eye salve in the raiment that represents these scriptures, the right understanding of the Holy Spirit. Okay, the right understanding of Yahweh Shai, and prophecy. Okay, one moment. I'm over here, turn to the book of Sirach, and that's going to be in the Apocrypha. The book of Sirach, chapter 39, verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High will be occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdoms of all the ancients, and be occupied in prophecies. Okay, you'll be occupied in prophecy. Okay, that's what this is about. You'll be occupied in prophecy. Now, coming over here, verse 6, verse 13 in the NET version. For this reason, of Yahweh, so that you may be able to stand your ground on that evil day, and having done everything to stand. Verse 14, stand firm, wherefore, therefore, having stand firm, therefore, by fastening the belt of truth around your waist, by putting on the breastplate of righteousness, by fitting your feet with the preparation that comes with the good news of peace, and in all this, taking up the shield of faith, which you can extinguish the flaming arrows of the evil one. Verse 17. And take up the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh. Okay. Okay, that's what this is about. The book of Thessalonians. The book of Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, for you yourself know perfectly that the day of Yahweh will come as the same as a thief in the night, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction will come upon them, as travails upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day shall overtake you as a thief. Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. Ye are not of the night nor of darkness. Therefore, let us not sleep as do others, but let us watch and be sober. Verse 7. For they that sleep in the night and they that be drunk are drunk in the night. Here's a point. but let but let us who are of the day be sobered by putting on the breastplate of faith and for and helmet of hope of salvation. And I'm gonna call it there. Hopefully you was edified. All praises to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the Menage, our master who ruled well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.